Welcome back to the Teed Up Golf Podcast, Australian Open Week. Absolutely fired up for today's podcast. Got a veteran of the DP World Tour joining us, and a man I've been told is the funniest man in DP World Tour history. James Morrison literally just walked off Royal Melbourne. How are you?
Good, mate. Thanks for having me.
It's pretty
Appreciate
good,
it,
man. I'm very excited. I've been wanting to get you on ever since last year. Spoke to Jordan Smith, fellow Englishman and a man I'm guessing you spent a lot of time with.
Correct, yeah.
And he told me you got to get he's the funniest man on the tour, so fired up for it, mate.
Yeah.
You just walked off Royal Melbourne.
Yeah.
The first Australian Open we've had here since 1991, so a long time ago. What was it like?
Crap. It was amazing. What an absolute treat. I played here in 2005 in the Aussie Amateur and haven't played it since, but it's just how the holes meander and where the bunkers sit and how the green complexes move around, and it is a piece of art. Most courses we play, you cannot say they're a piece of art, but this one is a bit of history. It's amazing. It's
amazing, mate. You're a man who's come out and played a lot of golf in Australia, which I'd love to touch on with you. Married an Australian, so you love the joint.
Yeah.
Apparently. Tell us about how, you vibe with Australia and how you have fell in love with the area.
Well, I love it. I came down here in 2005, played Pennant for Waverley Golf Club here in Melbourne, and met my wife in the pub. Been together for 20 years since. The Stanford pub, corner of Wellington Road and Stud Road. And absolutely spandangled, met her in there, and then I dazzled her into marrying me somehow. And then, but so my son's half and half. We've got both passports, and come back down here as much as we can. But obviously, post-COVID has been a bit more difficult. And my little boy's getting older now, so nice. A lot of friends still down here, and family, and obviously in-laws, etc. And it's the best in the world. I mean, we'll live here at some point soon.
Okay.
When I'm slightly fatter and older and made a bit more money and come back down. But it's just a great place. You're your own people down here, which I love. And all of my best mates on tour, Marcus Fraser, Wade Ormsby, Andrew Dote, little Aussie. I'm adopted Aussie pretty much.
Nice.
So.
Three really good folks.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't lose. We just had Wade on the podcast and he loves the tour. Chat about him and Fraser. Mate, Sandbelt Golf. So you just mentioned you played Pennant for Waverley. Mm-hmm. Tell us about your experience on Sandbelt Golf. Can you take, I guess, if there isn't any international listeners listening, what they would expect if they were to come out here and play, and sort of some nuances of the Sandbelt that you know? Yeah,
I mean, it's something that you never play anywhere else in the world. It is literally the only golf you could experience is coming down here and playing the Sandbelt itself. I mean, the biggest thing for me was the bunkering is so good. As in Europe, we get plug lines up faces and ink sand's inconsistent, whereas here is everything all comes down the hard face into the bottom of the bunker where it should be. The greens roll into the traps, which is amazing. And it's basically almost Linland links, I guess, in theory, but not quite as obviously linksy as a links course. But it's just different golf. You can't, until you come and experience it, you can't really explain how good a golf it is and just how everything is just designed, and the turf. And I'm from Surrey in England, so we have the Heathland courses. So in theory, we are the Sandbelt of England, really, where we are, but this is the true Sandbelt. And I mean, I won the Vic Amateur at Spring Valley in 2005, and that's probably the worst one out of the lot of the Sandbelt. And that is amazing place, Long Island and Metro, and you go on forever. I mean, it's just you come in for a year and not get bored of playing golf, and it's an absolute treat to come down and play Aussie Open at Royal Melbourne. I'm not going to come play that. Well done.
Kicks and Heath next year. Which one's your favourite down here on the Sandbelt? Which course, if you could just take it and pluck it and put it over there in Surrey, which one?
They're all amazing. Huntingdale, Metro, Yarra Yarra, Commonwealth. I mean, you could pick apart all of them, and take your best holes out of each course. But I mean, they're all great.
Yeah,
I can't decipher between anyone. I mean, like
maybe if you win this week, Royal Melbourne.
If we win this week, Royal Melbourne, treads the Masters with a green jacket. But I think I could be the first person in history to say no to that invite, because I'm not sure I reached half the holes in two.
I reckon you will.
I'll spend 10 grand in the shop and come back and then be it.
Yeah, that's better. That's all I want to know, mate. It'd be unbelievable. So you come over here staying with Marcus Fraser. What does a week look like from I guess lads on tour sort of trip?
Yeah.
What does it look like for you? So you played the PGA up there in Brisbane, you fly down. Can you just take our average punter inside what Australian Open week and a DP World Tour event week looks like for you?
Yeah, you tend to try and not change anything for the big events or the small events. You try and do as much as you can the same every week to try and keep the same process going. And played 18 holes this morning, did a bit of practice. I'll take the rest of the day a little bit easier. It's a long week in Brisbane, very hot week. Yeah. But tomorrow I'm not in the Pro-Am, so my caddy's playing in the Pro-Am tomorrow. Laurie Evans is caddying for me, my mate.
Yeah, right.
Playing for the Scorchers in the Big Bash next week. So he's actually going to the Pro-Am and I haven't. So he flew down here first class, I flew economy. He's in the Pro-Am, I'm not in the Pro-Am. So
what are you going to do, mate?
Life's at the bottom, I'd tell you that. But no, just try and tick along every week and keep every party game moving along. And this week, for example, the facets you need are 4 feet holding out and short game, really, because you got to manage your game well off the tee. You got to manage your iron play into the greens, hit the right sections. But the greens are so fast and so slopey with a bit of wind coming in Thursday, Friday. You're going to have those 4 or 5 footers the whole day. Yeah. So you need to get sharp in the holding speed, and that's the main focus this week. Every course each week has a certain part of your game that it demands, whether it's driving, whether it's iron play or whatever. But this week is definitely more about on and around the greens, and if you can hoover the putts up this week, then you should do all right.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast you did recently with the DP World
Tour. With George. Yeah,
and you're asked the question about what's kept you on tour for since 2007 when you turned pro.
Yeah.
What's the best part about your game?
My short game.
Yep.
I mean, my humour's quite self-deprecating as it is, so I don't normally say positive things about my game out loud. I do to myself, but not. My short game would be the only thing that I would say has been, not to say world class, but it's been a very, very strong part of my game. And a lot of pros have come to me over the years for help and chipping lessons and stuff. So you probably call me nearly not an English Brett Rumford, but
yes, I just thought that.
Yeah, not quite as ADHD as Rummy, but more Tourette's than Rummy, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been the best part of my game is my short game. So what kept me going, really. I mean, I'm straight off the tee and I chip and putt well. So when my iron play is behaving, then I normally do okay. But coming down here in 2005 was where I first kind of played out here. The best thing I did for my golf was coming down here.
Yep.
The short game and how to go about playing golf, and because here short side is short side. If you're dead, you're dead.
Yeah.
Whereas most places you go in America or Europe, you can always somehow fashion a shot and get up and down. Whereas here, in these deep bunkers, if you're short side, you are chipping it to 35 feet, whether you like it or not. So it gets you golf course hardened and figuring out how to play tactically, and got to try and keep that going.
It's amazing, mate. You grew up a gun cricketer, so you had to choose. Tell us about your childhood, how you found the game of golf. You just take the listener inside sort of what's like young James Morrison.
Yeah, so I played cricket from the age of 7, 6, really. I mean, played for Surrey from 8 till 18.
Wow. I
was in England squad with Alistair Cook at 13, 14. I'm never going to be as good as nowhere near as good as him, but that was my life, and I played cricket all day, every day, and that was my passion, and had some great success at a young age, and I loved it, and I'm still friends with a lot of my Surrey teammates now, and then I started playing golf at 16. Played a friend of mine from school was like, "Do you fancy it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll have a go."
Yeah.
And Dad would try to get me out. I was like, "No, I can't bother. I want to play cricket." I went out and played when I was 16, and went from 18 to scratch in 10 months.
Yeah, got that down.
And then within a year and a half, I'm on a plane going to college in America on a golf scholarship. So I was 17 after finishing school at 18. I'm sat on the plane going out thinking, what the fuck just happened? Like, I started playing golf 2 years ago, a year and a half, and now on a scholarship to America, which it was too soon in terms of a lot of things. I did a year that kicked me out for lack of attendance at school. Somebody to pack my bags and disappear, so I did. And then that's when I came down here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my golfing journey, really. And the bug bit me straight away, and haven't looked back since. And I still love playing the game. Love.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, whether you touch on it or not later on the podcast, but the last few years my brain has wobbled, but at the same time I've still enjoyed playing golf at home with my mates and putting a new glove on at home and getting a new golf ball out the sleeve of balls and like the little things that you take for granted as a professional that actually I still really enjoy doing.
They're the best parts of the game. Just nothing better. Can we talk about that year of going from 18 to scratch? It's everyone's dream. It takes up the game.
Yeah.
Tell us how you went about that. Were you just a golf sicko? Did you just start playing flat out, or you just naturally have good hand eye?
Well, naturally had good hand eye, I guess. And I remember my first so my mate at St George's Hall Golf Club in Weybridge, beautiful course. Harry Colt, been there for 26 years. Great. What how long it is? Amazing place. And my playing as a junior, played at Stableford. And the bloke goes, "Oh, what's your handicap, old boy?" I said, I haven't got one, mate. We started playing golf fucking 3 months ago. No, come on, I must have a handicap. So I don't know. Play off 18. No, fine. Played off 18. Had 47 points off 18 my first round there.
Wow.
So I shot like 8 over gross. The bloke's like, "Bloody hell, old boy. Well, that hang it very long. Really, off money with his glass of claret, and off he went.
Yeah.
And I missed so many handicaps. I'm from 18 to 15 in the old system, not system now. 15 to 11, and then I just play golf. I didn't practice. Then I didn't have my first lesson till I was 20, 21, really.
Wow.
So I was a poor man, Sergio Garcia.
Yeah.
To get lag behind me and just ripped it, and I just played.
Yeah.
The art of playing, especially the young lads, and they see them come out. Yeah, they smash it. They're organised. They're fit and strong. But the art of playing golf is just gone now. These young lads, and actually, they're not better golfers these days. That's off tangent now, but not big. They don't play the game enough, right? And when I started playing, I just played golf every day. Just played. Never practiced. Just went on the golf course, shot a score, and that was it.
That's how you learn how to score.
Yeah.
Can you give us some advice, I guess, to anyone in the similar ilk to you who's gone from cricket? Like, we see a lot of cricketers now. Glenn Maxwell's playing in the Prime. Hits it a mile. Pinchy hits it a mile.
Yeah, they all do,
Unbelievable. Like, just you did amazing. I don't even know how they do it. But can you sort of, anyone looking to transition to the... from cricket to... From cricket to golf?
That's a different route. Okay.
From Ernest... That's bad. Things
aren't that bad just yet.
Shit. 2025. Yeah. But can you take us inside that when you decided, hey, golf's for me? It's a big decision to make in a young man's life, I guess.
Yeah, but it was difficult because I just hit a big raking draw because I'm underneath it, and I'm still underneath it now. Actually, those patterns from the age of 8 till 15, 16, when you learn in the game, whatever sport you play, whether it's cricket or golf, your body learns how to move at those points.
Yeah.
And I moved playing cricket, right? Left foot forward, get behind it, and that moved into my golf game. But look at all the cricketers that play now, they all hit massive carvy slices because it's a different move. It's like cricket is very much horizontal game, whereas golf's more a rotational game.
Yeah. It's
completely different. The cricket's changed now with six hitting and all that sort of stuff. They're not baseball stuff within cricket, but it's just difficult. You got to grind it out, and you got to get the patterns. And when you do it, you got to be mentally stronger in terms of like deciphering between. Well, I'm playing cricket now, I'm playing golf now, and actually be pretty headstrong in terms of I'm working on X and Y rather than let anything else take over. But
mate,
it's difficult.
You've had an incredible career, something like 440 starts or something on the DP World Tour around there. What's been like? It's a tough caper. Especially playing. You've had 2 wins and that 430 starts. That's like in AFL terms for those listening. That's like a team winning twice and a bit different when you get off the footy. But and not having success is, you can look at it a million different ways in golf. What do you define as a successful golf career?
Yeah, I think people always go straight to winning, don't they? I mean, and people set goals at the start of the year. I'm going to want to win this year. Well, it's impossible to win. If you won 5 times in 500 events, it would be the top 0.5% of people ever played on tour.
Yeah, well.
Do you know what I mean? Look, how many people win more than 5 times?
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
So to win twice, I'm like, well, actually, people, the journeyman words come out a little bit, and I'm not bothered either way. I don't care less if people call me journeyman or not, but I like to think I'm a bit better than a journeyman. But at the same time, longevity is also an important thing. And I mean, having spoken to the younger guys this year on the HotelPlanner Tour about how long I've been on that, they'll give their left nut to play that long on tour.
Yeah, anyone would.
And actually, I took it for granted. And I think a successful career is winning and longevity, because people are so quick to look at the money side of it. I hate looking at the money bit of it, because it's you know near what you earn is what you see. And actually, people when you're defined by money, you're not going to be very happy in your success. And
no,
I think success is, for me, is what events have done well in, events have played in, majors, played in 8 majors, whatever it is, 9 majors, and they're the bits when I'm old and fat, sitting at home having a whiskey. I'll look back and go, well, remember when I played the US Open, or remember I won in Spain, or those bits you look back in as true success in my mind, really.
That's awesome. Spain's a pretty happy hunting ground. You lost your EP World Tour card last year, and there's been a lot made of you wanting to give the game away. It was going to be your last event this year in Mallorca. Take us in there. You had your young fella on the bag, I
might start crying in a minute if you bring that up again.
I was fine. I thought, since learning you're the funniest man to ever play the game of golf, I've followed you with interest over the last 12 months. Was really stoked for you.
No, appreciate it.
It works really hard. Tell us about that.
Well, and it was. People say, "Oh, yeah, you weren't going to give up." I said, "I bloody was."
Yeah.
So I've been doing some commentary this year for World Feed, and Did the Irish Open in Bahrain, and that's a route I want to go down, and I really enjoy doing it, and I've loved. Shout out to Mouldy for giving me the opportunity to do that, and I've really, really enjoyed it. And the thought of playing golf for another year, not back on tour, and where I've been at mentally, was a difficult decision to make. And actually, went with my family. My wife came, my son caddied, and we literally stayed at a different hotel than anybody else stayed. We had all inclusive, 4 gins every night, played a bit of Uno, plate at ham, and that was literally the week. We're running back to the hotel, right, change, down to the bar. We played Uno with my little boy, and us three are so close, me and my wife and my son, we did everything together. So it was brilliant week, and he did amazing. And the fairy tale for that to happen, it just doesn't happen that often. And you think, oh, one day I wish it could be me, or that could happen to me, and it did. It was mental. It's been a big year for me, a big learning curve for many things, and from my mental capacity to my golf swing to my equipment I've changed a lot that I needed to change to get myself back in the right frame of mind. Yeah, and I did that, and actually, he said to my wife, I think it was on the Thursday or Friday, so it would be a shame if I retired because I'm actually playing some really good golf at the moment. She said, well, why don't you just go win this week then and get it done with? I'm like, don't be so stupid. I'm retiring. I'm done. Let's have fun. Let's get on with it. I'll give Finn a big hug on the 18th green and give him a kiss. And that in my head, all I was looking for was that photo on the last green, my last ever event. Yeah. Finn caddying for me, embrace of the hug, off we go. And that was genuine. I was content with that. Yeah. And then to win it and have the hug and the picture is just, it's just mind blowing. And actually, the reach out from people on social media and WhatsApp was generally overwhelming. And I'm not that sort of person. I've got no ego. I've got no. I am who I am. Don't like it, don't talk to me. Simple as that. And that's how I see it. And actually, with me being me, I never knew that so many people were so fond of me. And and that was the most emotional bit for me. It wasn't the golf. It was more you try and be a good human, right? You try and be the best person you can be wherever you are. And I've always treated people with respect on tour, but you put your name on the bag and you put your balls on the line every week. Yeah. Nobody McIlroy or the last person to keep a card. You have made it in my mind. You have a massive respect for that, and I've tried to be that way to everyone who comes out on tour, and actually, and people have lent back into me, which has been amazing. And that's the most deep down the bit that I'll take to the grave is the fact that people have seen that and kind of see me for who I am, and it's a bit goosebumpy thinking about it. But actually, that sounds a bit bit cringe. But like that's how I kind of see it. And
there's a fair bit in being yourself, and everyone sort of leans into it. I think you see the most authentic players like Mika on an Australian standpoint. He's nearly the Mika is the Aussie James Morrison at the moment. Yeah. When he gets in that chair on the DP with the green room.
Well, I saw Guy Kiddings actually last week in Brisbane. He said, right, rename it the James Room. I think he said. I think I was one of the first to go in there. I just lost the plot when I went in there. But,
it's good. I think that's great. And it takes us, the golf punter, inside and sees how hard it is.
And I think with where the game's going now, and the game's in a great spot, but at the same time, there's no characters because the game is based on technology, it's based on information, it's based on obviously Liv coming in and all the stuff that's happening within the game of golf. And the young lads coming out, they're not designed to be Jimenez of the world, and they're a bit of robots. And actually, if the people at home could see that there's another side to some of the golfers, then it's great.
Yeah, it's a tough sport, and I'm lucky enough to know a few of the players. See how hard you guys work to get to where you want to, and it's absolutely nuts. So, mate, the comeback. So you're here playing your second event since winning your card back. Newfound love of the game. I guess it must have been tough going from that point where I'm done here, I'm happy, I'm content to shit. Let's go again. Get the job back.
Exactly. It's been a long 3 years, really. I mean, I called off a race to Dubai end of 22 or 3, I think it was. And it's our biggest event of the year. It's the pinnacle of what you work for every year. And I got there, and I found my wife saying, I want to come home and I want to be here. And that was 3-4 years ago. And it just manifested away, but you kind of get you back into tour life and the routine. And a lot of tour life is very poisonous too, right? At the same time, the bullshit stories and all that, but people kind of, and I fell into that and I started hating it. And I didn't want to hate it because it's provided me with a great living. I've met some great people, and it got to a point where I'll keep my card, keep going back down here again. Then you go to Middle East and never deal with the problems that I was kind of. I was just pushing away, keeping them deeper and deeper and deeper inside me, and that had to explode at some point. I lost my card this time last year, and the best thing that ever happened to me because I was in a bad spot And it's never about my game. Game never left me. My game has never been bad.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you can't play golf if you're not with it.
Yeah.
And when I came down here last year, I was here physically, but wasn't here in spirit. And I was just like a broken man. And actually, without my family and friends and people around me, wouldn't be sitting here now. I'd be at home. And I can't thank them enough for digging deep with me, because it's all life's about is family and friends, people around you, relationships, and being around people. Forget about playing golf. That's just a byproduct of everything else. And to get to here where I am now has been a big. I've dug deep and I'm proud of myself, and I feel I'm a bit more bulletproof now. I've learned. Most people in life, whether you're a businessman or sportsman, they're all deep learners. Someone like a Rory will be a real, true deep learner. The whys and the hows, and he'll learn. And with 90% of the idiots out on the range now, they don't learn. They're driven by ego, driven by money, and all the other plastic bullshit that comes with it. And I never learned. So actually, you know what? I took this year to figure a lot of things out, and I feel I'm in the best spot I've been in forever, it feels like. And showing my son the way forward. He's got the golf bug, big star now. He's got 6 handicap, and he's a scholarship at his new school in the golf academy there at Reed School. And just want to show him that I can still do it, and what hard work is.
I want to talk to you about the family side of golf. We haven't had a lot of people want to have young families, that sort of thing. So how do you manage, traveling and also keeping the fire alive? The family unit.
It's difficult, and that's in every sport when you're away for a long period of time, that's the hardest bit. And Finn's great because Finn travelled his first 4 years of his life on tour with Croatia and stuff. So
nice.
He's been and done it. My wife's been and done it, so they know it's not a holiday. They know it's
work,
not quite as glamorous as everyone thinks it is, and that makes it a lot easier too. And actually, it's difficult. And he's 13 now, and he's getting to that important time of his life, and that was also a part of it. I said to my wife last year, I've been away for, that's how dark I got. I actually counted up how many days and weeks I've been away, and I was like, it became depressing, and I felt like I've been away for literally nearly all his life, but he sees me as a golfer, and I said to him, mate, Daddy keep playing or Daddy retire? Because Daddy keep playing, I want to win again on tour. When you win on TV, and I want to see you win. And lo and behold, we won together with his caddy. It's just a fairy tale. So.
Now, you won twice back in 2010. You beat Ollie Fisher, and then you won the Spanish Open in 2015.
Correct.
Take us inside winning a DP World Tour event. Like, I don't think people give the DP World, the new person to the game of golf doesn't give the DP World Tour as much clout and as credit as you do. You're playing in a new country nearly every week.
Yeah, correct.
Your environment changes. Where you look at the PGA Tour, those guys, pretty similar most places you go. Courses set up pretty similar. It's bomb and gouge, all that sort of stuff. You need to adjust your game every week. You need to adjust your mindset. You need to adjust your diet. You need to do this. You need to do that. Exhibit A down here in Aussie.
Okay.
Take us inside that, what it's like being a travelling tour pro and winning on the DP World Tour.
It's impossible. And actually, you're just trying to put out fires most of the time, jet lag, and playing in China, playing India, playing down here, playing in freezing cold Denmark, and it's blowing a gale, and it hardens us up as European tour, DP World Tour players. Sorry, that's why when we go and the guys go and play in America, they normally do very well because they're more rounded in terms of different cultures, different grasses, different golf. And actually, it is difficult, but you just got to learn to dig in and get on with it. And we are the global tour. End of the day, and we've done a great job in providing great golfers to move up in the world rankings, and as seen even more so the last couple of years with the top 10 guys going to the PGA Tour and getting there and doing really well. They've gone on and cracked on, and
that's great.
I think the travel just really hardens you up to being smart when you travel and smart when you practice. And look at all the big boys. Look at Prime Tiger. I mean, you see him on the range for 15 minutes. He does all the stuff at home, so his tournament weeks are relaxed and they're easy. So he's got all the energy coming into Sunday afternoon, whereas most guys on the range for 4 or 5 hours a day go to the gym, chipping green, putting green. They practice way too much. That's not. You cannot have longevity and do that. So you really got to be smart in how you practice and how you prepare, and not being underdone but not being overdone. It's fun to have a medium in the middle. But it's difficult, but at the same time you've got to embrace it and get on with it.
Winning, so the first win back in 2010. Take us what that was like, mate. I know you enjoy whiskey. Can you take us inside like
I enjoy any alcohol. I mean, borderline issues, but that's fine.
What's a lot in Portugal? So you love it over that's
why they do free pouring gin. Spain and Portugal do free pouring gin and tonics. So you have a gin and tonic, woman comes over, the man comes over with the bottle of gin. It's the thing, you've got a jug of gin and a little bit of tonic, whereas in England it's come out of one little shop, which is pointless. But anyway, that was amazing. I remember Madeira, I remember like it was yesterday, and I got my car, I got 18th car at Challenge Tour that year, and back then it was, for the first bit of the year, 16 to 20 were behind tour school, so you're going to get into betting nothing. And I remember starting, my wife quit work, we had $5,000 in the bank, said, right, next superstar's coming, and next step we're going to be flying in private jets. No, just the whole. You commit yourself, that's going to happen. So then we played before Christmas. My wife came down here for Christmas. In between, and like run out of money pretty much. So said to my wife, look, the next 2 weeks, then you've got to go back to work. The dream lasted for about 4 weeks. and then went to the Africa Open. I finished fourth there, made 43,000 euros, and I thought I was Richard Branson. It's like, what do you want? What do you want? Here we go, we're off. And actually, told me net that down, it was like 12 grand. Brilliant, nothing left. But then that was the kind of start of it. So I didn't play very much. So I finished fourth Africa Open, didn't play for probably a month, 2 months, at least 2 months. So back to Europe, because Middle East, Asia, never went that far down the entry list. Went to Spain as fifth reserve and got in Wednesday morning.
Wow.
Finished sixth there. Shot 65 on Saturday, had 19 putts that day, I remember it clearly. It was ridiculous. But only shot 65, that's how bad it was. But then finished sixth there, and the week after was Madeira, won. Next event I played was Spanish Open, finished second. So I went fourth, sixth, win, second, all in a row, and it was like, this fucking game's easy. Like, what?
Yeah.
And then the ego took over, and I didn't make a cut for another 4 months after that.
Yeah.
But then that was an amazing victory, and I remember I had to hit, Ollie was charging behind me, all playing together, charging up.
Yeah.
And 18's a par 5 up and over a hill. I hit this 3-wood off the deck. Had a square Nike 3-wood at the time.
Nice. Sasquatch.
Yeah, Sasquatch thing, but I liked it, but it didn't look very good. Off a downslope, over water. I'm thinking, fucking hell, why can't you just make it easy for yourself? Like, and somehow I hit this 3-wood over the green in the back trap, splashed it out to 5 feet and hold it. And I remember I couldn't feel my arms. But it went in, and it was just an unbelievable experience, and that was it, really, off and running, and then didn't look back.
Yeah, you won in Spain 5 years later. What was harder, winning the first time or winning the second time?
Yeah, I mean, I've had 4 wins, 2 on the main tour, 2 on the HotelPlanner Tour. And
Challenge Tour for those at home.
Yeah, Challenge Tour. We used to be called the Challenge Tour.
Look after the sponsors.
Yeah. And I'm that sort of person, HotelPlanner.
I was trying to get my band.
And
showing PGA champ. Yeah, I can't get fucking every time.
I think every win's had a different meaning. First year on tour, you're trying to find your feet. Am I good enough? Am I going to have a career? At that point, you're 24 years old, and you don't think about the future. You're thinking about where you are. Just off you go, living in one of my dad's flats, and it's like, it's great.
Yeah.
And then the second one came in 15, and been on tour for 5 years, and been doing all right, and bit stagnant, and then you win again, and that really propelled me to top. I think I got to 79th in the world end of that year, and I had a good couple of years after that, and played some US PGAs, and that was kind of an important part, the middle part of my career, and then the wins this year have been completely different again. So Spain was great, and that was a really difficult golf course, El Prat. It was blowing a gale and it's firm, and I think Miguel Jimenez finished second, and I went up to get the prize giving at the end, and I sat next to Miguel, next to me, all the bloody poor people, all the important people. He goes, I thought you were going to crumble when you saw my name on the leaderboard, James. I said, what? Well, I thought when you saw my name, you'd crumble and I would win the Spanish Open. I'm like, sorry, mate, I didn't. And that was it. Nothing else said. I was like, all right, cheers, mate. Not even well done, no? Oh, no, thanks.
That's absolutely nuts. What a character that bloke is. He's good for the game, I think.
Yeah.
That fella. And I want to chat to you about some of your stories that you've had playing in majors. So you played in, I think, 10 majors?
So 8, I think 7 or 8 nice ones.
Yeah, you played a lot. But, I know that you played with Phil in an event.
Yeah.
You've had a practice round around the old course with Tom Watson.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah.
Take us inside that major golf. A bloke who played cricket growing up into a golfer.
Yeah.
You must pinch yourself.
I mean, and actually, you go back to about the question about success a few minutes ago. I mean, most guys play on tour for 10 years, never play one major.
Yeah.
I played every major multiple apart from that. I never played the Masters till this week, obviously.
Well, you don't want to play it.
It's crap. Hate green, prefer red. But playing in those majors is just unbelievable. Especially in America, it's just a different world completely. And that's the pinnacle of the game, is playing in those four events for me, and because they are so big and so kind of grand and playing major golf is just amazing. And playing an Open at St Andrews. I played US Open at Pebble Beach and Shinnecock. Played Whistling Straits and Bolter's Roll. I played some really proper unique golf at his course from history, and it's been I really, really enjoyed it. And I played with Phil at the Open on Sunday at the old course. We both shot miles 4 to finish top 20, and some of the shots he hit coming in, because obviously we play in the Dunhill Links every year. And the pins are middle of green, the same pins every year.
Okay.
So I've never been there Open. So when I got there and saw the Open pins, I'm like, what the bloody hell? You can't put a pin. They're on tops of knobs and all sorts of and Phil's hitting these banana cut 4 irons to 3 feet, hooking wedges to 4 feet. It was just, I was just watching him, and then he hit one shot off the green, the 4th hole, I think it is. Fourth. That pin's like a real bottomed well back right. I've never been there before, because I don't go there in Dunhill. He's missed it short of. It's on the green, missed it short. And Paul Casey's on the 14th green, because all the holes, big double greens are the 14. Paul goes, he wanders over to me, goes, he's going to chip that. I said, no, he's just going to putt it down the hill and just knob it down there and run it down and get it. No, you can chip that. I turn around. He's got this lob wedge flat on the ground on the old course, right? Things go straight up in the air. I don't know. I said, Paul, what was that? And Paul's like, he started laughing and walked off. I don't leave me with him, but I can't watch that all day. It was the most unbelievable shot in that environment. Was just, those things will live with me forever and ever. It was amazing.
You played with Tom Watson. That was his final Open.
Correct, yeah.
He practiced round. Can you take us inside, obviously playing with him then, and then what you do for younger guys now if you ever get the chance?
Yes, I mean, playing with him was just, what a gentleman, what a guy. And actually I was playing with Anthony Wall that day and George Coetzee. And Wally, he's as sharp as a knife, he is, Wally. And he's, look back there. I said, come on. Fucking play Tom Watson. Got to get rid of George Coetzee now. I'm like, hang on a minute. Do you mean got to get rid of him? I can't just... So George was like, I think I'm going to play the first 3 and then jump across the 16 tee. And, yep, great idea, mate. I'd just go then. If I was you, I'd go now. And these guys come up there and just go across 17 now and get it done with. Oh, it's a great idea. So he's got rid of George. George has gone to the 17th tee. Up comes Tom. Hey, guys, can I join you? Like that. Tom Watson. Of course you can, mate. You want to join us? Yeah, be your pleasure, but it's fine. And he played all the way around from the 2nd or 3rd tee, and I said to him, I just picked his brains. And even that age, he's got his book out. He took forever on the putting greens and hit a load of different shots, and he was still mentally invested in playing well. And that's the whole thing, that they've got such pride in their game. No matter how old they are, they just keep going right to the very end. Absolute gent. Had a picture on the Swiggle Bridge with my wife and my son. Son was 3 years old at the time, and got that at home, and just amazing memories. So things that money could never buy. Like, it's something that was so special.
The Open in 2 years, mate. I reckon we'll see you there.
I hope so. Yeah,
let's get there. Who's the best player you've ever played with? Who's not best player you've ever played with? Who's the player that's left the biggest impression on you after playing around with?
There's 3 people have asked me a few times this year. Actually, the first one, the most impressive person that I was surprised by, is Paul Lawrie.
Okay,
he absolutely flushed it. I mean, I obviously won the Open, and all you kind of. But I feel a bit unlucky with Paul, because all people talk about John Van der Velde cocking it up.
Yeah.
But actually, when you play with Paul, he has high, towering long irons.
Yeah.
He's got another gear. I remember playing with him in Spain, and it was like, wasn't too far behind him. Oh, he's not that long. Wallop. And the next one's 50 yards past me. And Paul, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah.
He's like, I've just got it in the tank if I need it. And his short game and everything about his game was just so impressive.
Yeah.
And so surprisingly impressive, because you never think about, all you think about is people like the Rorys of the world.
Yeah.
The McIlroy and Adam Scott are just the 2 for me that.
Yeah.
Just the sound and how they move the golf ball around the golf course, and how they play amongst all these big crowds, and that. I mean, Adam's playing his 100th consecutive major this year.
Yeah.
I mean, 100th consecutive. That is just mind-blowing. And those 2, I mean, Adam's an absolute gentleman. They both are. And actually, Roy's been a great spokesperson for our tour the last couple of years since Liv coming along. Yeah. And he played 9 events on our tour last year.
Yeah.
Which is way more than he could have done, should have done. And you know what? He's been a great coming down here and playing, and even the crowds out there for a practice run were amazing today. And that Rory factor's real, and he leads into that, and he does a great job for our tour. And you know what? Paying millions to come down here,
worth every cent.
Every single cent.
Every cent.
And for our tour, when he comes and plays, we only get better when he plays. Yep. And simple as that. And Adam's a bit more different. Adam's a bit more unassuming and kind of
just does his thing.
He's a true gent, right? I mean, I've got to know Adam through Wade Ormsby, and he's a true gent. I mean, a great ambassador for the game, and just he's an ultimate pro, and he's fucking good at golf. Like even now, so much speed, and it's just
got pipes.
He's real. I've got real man envy with Adam. Like, smells nice, looks great, loads of money. Like, well, there's something wrong with him. Maybe got small toes.
Always a knock. Behind the scenes in the Golf Life Tour, mate, we're getting towards the end, but I want to talk to you about the business of golf and how you guys operate, because at the end of the day, you're sole traders, you're running your own business. You've done it for a long time. When people ask me how do golfers make money, well, they get prize money. Otherwise, they don't get paid unless they got massive sponsorship deals. How do you run your business? You don't have to give us numbers and things, but can you just tell us how you've run that for so long and how you managed to stay?
And the thing is, people kind of see your career money and go, oh, you've made that much money. You're obviously set for life. No, because at best you'll see as a third.
Yeah.
As if you live in a bush and have a very, very humble life, which we all try and do as much as we can. And so you got to think on our tour, DP World Tour, the average year, so my travel and my caddy's wage is about 120 grand, 100 grand pounds.
Yep.
So 200,000 Aussie. There are two things you can't negate. So then you work around that, and you got coach 4%, trainer 4%.
Yeah.
If you have an agent, you pay them whatever deal you decide. Then you got withholding tax every week, certain countries, and then you got to pay tax in the UK, and you got to live. Yeah. So actually, the number on our tour to be done and dusted after your golf living and your home living, you probably got to make north of 300,000 euros, 350 probably. Rough to put people say, oh, you must have a pension, and no, I'm not making money where I've got 100 grand just to dash away somewhere. So you're right. We've got a nice house. We put money into that. You do the right things. But unfortunately, with golf is, I mean, if you finish 110th in North America every year, you won't make any money.
Yeah,
that's fact. And obviously, and those guys who finished in there haven't got £500,000 from Nike or £500,000 from TaylorMade, and so it's like that. That's not how it works, and you try your best to. There's a real fine line between investing in your game to get better and spending over and beyond what you can actually afford. So it's quite a difficult one. So obviously, you do your best to kind of keep it on a budget and stash money where when you can, and actually. But the thing is, the minute you play the game for the game, you make money.
Yeah.
The minute you play the game for the money, you make fuck all. So, I've been caught up in that myself, and you focus on things that you can control, and then the rest of it takes care of itself. And actually, the one difference with that is I'm not sort of saying negative about not making money on tour, but the thing is, every week you can change your life.
Yeah, it's a big gamble, golf.
Every week
you're a full-time gambler.
That carrot is down. You're like that dog on the treadmill who just can't quite catch the carrot. You just running after it, and you never, especially nowadays when the prize funds are, they say, oh, you can win £1 million one week, you're set for life.
Yeah. It's amazing, mate. It's crazy. Longevity as a pro. So you've played for nearly 20 years. What do you do training-wise for your mental game? Like, what do you do away from the game to keep yourself sharp?
Yeah, I've worked with a guy called Justin Buckthorpe for 20 years pretty much now. He works with Justin Rose and Harry Kane and these guys. So he's my everything, Bucky. And if he wanted to marry me, I don't think I'd marry him. And he's an absolute true gent, and he's been there for me from the start to now, and we train, do stuff in the gym, do basic stuff. Lot of move. Golf working out has changed. It's gone from being very goal specific back to very kind of just sport working out now. Just being fit and healthy is way more important than doing anything really specific. And we do a lot of stuff, and obviously we travel the world playing. China to India, you've kind of sometimes you've only got use of certain little bits of equipment. You've got to adapt on the road, and you've got to feel like you can have a good knowledge of what works for you, what works for me. So I've got a good understanding now of what I need to do on a weekly basis to get to the first tee on a Thursday and feel like I'm at speed capacity, I'm at mental capacity. I feel like I'm at every box is ticked. So you learn pretty fast what works and what doesn't work, and you kind of cipher out what does and what doesn't, and then you keep going forward. And I've got Crohn's disease too, so
you do.
I've had that for 24 years now, and the food and bit, you've got to kind of be sensible.
Yep.
Drink gin, not beer.
It's very smart.
It's simple.
But great life lesson there for everyone listening. Get off the piss. Unbelievable. Mate, some quick fire questions now.
Cool.
Toughest tee shot on tour?
Toughest tee shot on tour. We're going back there this year to Paris National.
Okay.
18T.
Brutal.
I mean, not one part of your body isn't shaking. Literally everything is shaking. And what a golf course that is, going back there. But that's 80T at Paris National.
Can I have to look that up? Favourite golf course you've ever played?
St George's Hill. I'm biased, my home club, but I would play there every day till I go into the dirt. Then I'll be happy, man.
What's your worst travelling story? You've travelled with Ormsby, you've travelled with Fraser, and I know those blokes like a good time. Tell us what.
There's a few I can't tell you.
we want the ones that you can tell us. Can you just give us one, like from the old school?
From the old school. The old school was very booze related because back in the day, then obviously we had great nights out in Asia and Hong Kong and these places, and me and Fraser and Wade have had some cracking nights out, and my wife can. She wore the brunt of a couple of our nights out, so she actually physically whacked me and Wade a couple of times. But no, it's been great. I mean, again, that's the upside of our job. Is sorry, not a very quick fire question, but is traveling the world and seeing these places. And the young lads don't do it. They're playing Call of Duty in their room and on Instagram and TikTok and all this crap stuff like that. Yeah, I'm too old for that. But we went out and had a good night out, and that was just great fun.
Yeah, that's amazing, mate. What's your favourite item that goes in your bag? Do you have like something sentimental that goes in every week? Or?
I've got a couple of superstitions. Got some. I like a bit of merch, bit of head cover stuff. But I've since coming down, only ever used a 20-cent piece, Aussie 20-cent piece to mark my ball with.
Okay.
So I've got
an Aussie 20-cent piece.
Yeah, I've got 27 lucky ones in the bag. I've got loads of them in there in case I lose one. But I've always used that, and that's about it, really.
I've actually got a mate of mine who does the podcast with me, Brad, the big fellow we were talking about earlier. He has the Eddie Pepperell head cover.
Does he?
Weird.
That's weird.
He's never met Eddie. And he's like fanboys.
Hey, is he here this week, Eddie?
I know. He saw him on the putting green. I said, "Did you go say g'day?" He goes, "Nah."
No,
I walked away. I was scared. He listens to his podcast. He recites him. He loves him. So brilliant. We've got to make that happen, actually.
Mate, definitely got to make that happen. Get it on camera as well.
It'd be so weird. It'd be so awkward. Yeah. Mate, thanks so much for joining us.
Mate, absolute pleasure.
Good luck this week at Royal Melbourne.
Thank you.
Thanks for your story. Like, it's really refreshing to see someone with your background and how hard you've worked to grind a career out, which is awesome.
Appreciate it.
It was good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for listening to another podcast from Produce's Clubby Sports Network. If you enjoyed the show, then it would be a massive help if you could like, follow, rate, subscribe, tap the bell, leave a review, or even share it with your friends. If you want to get in touch to share feedback, suggestions, or to advertise with one of our podcasts, then email hello@producer.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.